The show is quite a doozy. We will see that to proclaim this world as their own, while getting the title of one true hero, a group of demigods must face challenges and make their name. Will they be able to ascend to the level of the true hero? Or will it end just like every other show we have seen? Keep watching. The story begins with the memory of Yuno's school friend named Lucelles. Yuno is known as a distant Talon, and Lucelles is her best friend. They study words of arts together. Nagun Labyrinth City is a town full of scholars and explorers, built from the center of the great labyrinth of Kizuna, the self-proclaimed Demon King. A flashback shows Yuno becoming friends with Lucelles. Lucelles requests Yuno to teach her force arts. The scene switches to a few warriors taking down a golem. Yuno and Lucelles dream of a future together, assuming the true Demon King is dead. Returning to the present time, Yuno watches helplessly as the golem rips Lucille's limb by limb before chasing Yuno. She makes a run from the golem but ends up getting cornered. She uses her force arts to take down the golem and regrets not using it to save Lucelles. Sometimes mechanical demons come out from the Great Labyrinth, so swordsmen are deployed to protect the city. In the town, bundleroot grass is poisonous, so the Central Kingdom crowned Cephite of the United Western Kingdom as queen and created Oriatia. The Great Labyrinth holds many mysteries and secrets that the townspeople will never fully unearth. Yuno secretly has a crush on Lucelles. Knowing that the great Demon King is no more, she is at peace, thinking about a future with Lucelles. Then the dark day comes. The Great Labyrinth fully collapses, and robot demons brutally kill Lucelles. After witnessing the death of her own love, Yuno becomes helpless. Slowly, the beautiful town is completely destroyed and overtaken by robot demons. While she is totally broken, a demon approaches to kill her. That is the time when Yuno unfolds her magical power, an explosive power, and she destroys that demon within a few seconds. But after one demon dies, slowly others approach. And now she becomes helpless because she is unable to cast the magic in these huge numbers of demons. At that time, Sujiru, the great willow sword, comes to save Yuno. He is so powerful that with a blink, he kills lots of demon robos. In fact, he can eat the bundleroot grass too. From the town, the Great Labyrinth wakes up as a boss-like golem. Yuno alerts Sujiru that he can't kill it, and also the whole town is about to be blown up. Sujiru, feeling hungry, makes an exchange offer to Yuno. She must give whatever food she has, and in return, Sujiru will take care of that big boss. His full name is Sujiru Yagyu of the Yagyu Shinkage Ryu. He is the last Yagyu on this earth, a visitor from a distant place, arriving with the darkest of omens. Sujiru knows that Yuno can do word arts, and he wants to learn it from her. People of Nagan use word arts to ask the air and objects to do things like move or burn. Yagyu believes his sword is way more powerful. Then he shows the power of his sword and matches it with speed. Outstanding action scenes between swords and evil robots show how he really controls that monster. But that huge labyrinth monster also knows word arts. It creates a massive amount of energy using thermal arts. However, Sujiru tackles its massive power and hits its core. 8 years into the Eiroku era, although the founder of Yagyu Shinkage Ryu, Muneyoshi Yagyu, is said to have defeated a student of Master Swordsman Kamizumi Nobutsuna with the Muto Dori technique. This is the history of Yagyu. After defeating the opponents, the winner takes the loser's power. So that is how Sujiru defeated that huge labyrinth monster. Later we understand that it was actually an M1. An M1 Abrams is a tank, basically. It is very easy for Sujiru to kill an M1. After finishing his job, Sujiru takes the travel ration from Yuno. After the victory, he joins Yuno to go to Ariatia, the most powerful nation under the rule of Queen Cephite. The Council of Ariatia is gathering heroes from around the world to do something big. Also, the second general of Ariatia lives there, known as Rosclay the Absolute. Additionally, Toroa, the Awful, who hides away in the distant White Mountains, Krafnir, the Hatch of Truth, who speaks of mastering the unknown fifth system of word arts, Kazuki, the Black Tone, and Lusika the Winter, are coming to that city. Yuno wants to know who this guy Sujiru, the Willow Sword, is and where he is coming from. So, Yuno, the distant Talon, and Sujiro, the Willow Sword, start their journey together towards Ariatia. While they find someone is stealing the life seals of those robots, it depicts the separation and independence of Terran from Ariatia. It threatened Ariatia's control over the frontier. The scene switches to a carriage with Lana, Skeleton, and Higera. Lana spots the wyverns chasing them and is concerned about their safety. Higuare then informs her that bandits are also pursuing them in an effort to steal their cargo. Suddenly, a group of wyverns swoops down and attacks the bandits. The wyverns are fast enough to kill all the bandits. The wyverns then head to attack the group of wild wyverns. Lana identifies the leader of the wyvern swarm, Lord Regnaji. Lana reveals that someone is directing the outlaws and benefiting from their actions. The scene switches to two officials discussing the assassination of the 17th Minister of Alea's squad. General Hargant is in his camp, awaiting updates from his scouts about the vision. Just then, he receives an update claiming they have found him. Pika instantly casts a spell, causing the general to be thrown out of the tent. Moments later, the tent bursts into flames, and the dragon appears. Vikion asks him if any more search parties are currently looking for him. General questions Vikion about his sorry physical state, and it is revealed that it was a wyvern who had attacked him. Hargant reveals that they were the last search party. Vikion begins to charge up to burn Hargant to death. Hargant summons a massive crossbow and fires at the Vikion. Unfortunately, this deals no damage. However, Alus the Star Runner appears, terrifying Vikion. Hargant fires at Alus, telling him to stay away from their battle. Vikion spits fire at Alus, but he quickly dodges it and fires a bullet into Vikion's eye. He then casts a spell, causing the bullet to grow spikes, causing him to drop to the ground. Hargant urges Alus to leave and let him take down Vikion. Just then, Vikion suddenly awakens and throws fire at them. Alus creates a shield around both of them, saving Hargant's life. Alus then uses his Hillensingen to slice Vikion into two halves. General Hargant tells Alus about the search for a hero and suggests Alus participate as a contender. However, he claims he would never use Alus's strength to claim victory as a matter of pride. Alus takes off for the Great Labyrinth of Nagan. A little boy is seen thanking Terran for helping his dad and offering her a handicraft he made. She explains that she did not do anything personally. Rather, she set the rules to ensure citizens prosper. The narrator explains Terran's position on the war against Ariatia. As she reaches her room, she meets with Dakai and collects the cold star she had sent him to collect from Nagan. They discuss the power of the stone and the Great Labyrinth. Terran finds out Dakai is not the one who took down the massive golem. Terran suspects Ariatia is sending outlaws to attack caravans going out of Lithia and assigns Dakai to look into the matter. Dakai sets out to investigate who is leaking the information. Dakai is quick to find the spies from Ariatia and skillfully uses his sword to take them down one by one before exterminating all of them. The scene switches to Regnaji questioning his subjects about who ate the Lithian girl. One of the wyverns is quick to point out Deputy Commander Lukwell. Regnaji uses the reversing mirror disc string tethered sun to kill Lukwell and sets an example for everyone watching. Following that, Regnaji takes off to meet Kurti. She shows him the braille she is writing despite being blind herself. She attempts to touch Regnaji, but he has his guard up and avoids it. He asks her to sing for him as he soaks in the piece. The scene switches to narrate the history of Kurt and Regnaji. Kurt then offers to sing once again before Regnaji leaves at the end. Welcome back to Ariatia, Central Detention Center. Here, Lord Haidao, who got the information that their communication with Secret Service members had been stopped. From the east of the Mage City headquarters, there's a sunken ground, which has been carved out by a stream. The people of Ariatia will come there for the attack on wyverns. Then they wake up Nihilo from the prison. Nihilo is a girl who single-handedly annihilated a whole regional army in Ariatia. According to the reports, she is the most horrific bioweapon. We also see Minia 17th Minister, Elea the Red Tag. She is ambitious for her beauty, and thinks beauty is a talent that is given by angels when people are born. She adds that beauty is also a combination of hard work which requires continuous maintenance. Yawika, a Kerka goblin girl, and Elea began to bathe together. They also started to learn about word arts. According to Elea, there are mainly 4 types of word arts, which are thermal arts, craft arts, force arts, and life arts. She teaches the young girl about all the arts. Elea is a beautiful woman and too much quiet, but she is also bearing some dark past. She has some other plan, that is why she came into this village but hid it from Yawika. After bathing completely, she met with Kia. Kia's word arts is very different from everything. Kia can control the life of Earth in the anime we have seen. She took out the seed and evolved it into a big tree trunk. After meeting with Elea, she turns back that big trunk into that small seed again. This village is full of elves. Yawika, Kia, and Thean too. Further, we know about Elea. She came as a professor and helped the child elves to learn about word arts. Elea assumed this false identity and secured a study abroad program in Ariatia for Kia. The purpose of this study is the imperial competition to determine the hero. Elea thinks that Kia is capable of beating any opponent. Kids can also face off against Ariatia itself. Later they went to the 4th mountain. At the Harvest Festival, Elena takes defensive measures that were taken while being mesmerized by the fervor and beauty of it all. While teaching them about forest plants, she sent all the detailed records of medical herbs to Ariatia by bird. She also investigated this secluded region where dense fog hinders human passage. A rumor from the era of the true Demon King talks of a village where a certain individual has almighty word arts. She found the village's location from a captured Lithian soldier. After reaching the top of the mountain, they noticed a dense fog there. Kia used her special word arts and cleaned the fog. After that, everyone saw a beautiful view of nature. Seeing her impossible power, Elea became speechless, as she understood that Kia was capable of something big. Kia, the world word. She is the one who ignored all laws of nature, possessing the power to warp anything in existence. She can surpass all nature and dominate the entire world with a single word. She is a wizard, an elf. Later she headed towards Ariatia with Elea. Back to Lithia, where we see Terran talking with Shulk, the Sound Slicer, and Higuare, the Pelagic, as Lana has successfully secured them and brought them to Lithia. As Terran is still trying to find Kia, the world word, it is still hard for her. Higuera was born in the far west in a place unknown to the Minion races. He looked like a huge hall. A man kidnapped him and asked him to learn the use of the sword. Higuara, a trunk-like creature who fights with his twigs. The place where he stays, the order is to kill or die. His opponent levels are increasing day by day, but he is unstoppable as nobody can touch him. Kill or die is the only thing he learned, and the man who bought him earns money by using him in the fights. Later that man sells him to another city. A giant, a shooter, nobody could defeat him. Higuare turned into the strongest gladiator in the city. No one can defeat Higuare, the Pelagic. He just doesn't wish to die at any cost. One day the army of the Demon King attacked the city. Armies and soldiers are unable to fight with dead armies. But Higuare stood still and started fighting. He started killing like a machine maniacally. So people saw him while slaying the Demon King army, alone. Dakai comes and meets with Shulk, Higuare, and also Lana. Dakai is really speechless watching Higuare and Shulk, but he can feel their power. Terran added that she requires an army with a unique ability. Shulk clarifies as a mercenary, until getting the reward in advance. Working would be a breach of his principles. Meanwhile, Dakai tested the post of Higuare, which is really impressive. Interestingly, Higuare is capable of using 42 arms at a time. He also has poison in his sword, which can deliberately kill a person. He obeys everyone but can't be ruled by anybody. Higuare is a free slave. He is a gladiator, a mandrake. On the other side, near Raishi Mountain Village, Hidao met with Kuze. He has an angel with him. Kuze went to a bar and met with Repel, the forest leaf. He also introduced her to Nihilo, the vortical stampede. Nihilo agreed to help Hidao in exchange for her release. On the other hand, Kuze survived from the Demon King era. He has an angel with him. We know about the Ariatia soldier coming to defeat the Vikion, the giant black dragon. They met with kids there. Kuze is a responsible man, always smiling on his face. It has been like 4 years since he has been living here. When Repel came to meet with him, she asked if he would not cooperate with Lithia. After the 6th General soldiers came, people from Lithia came to investigate. They said if those people help them, they must support the church. Ripel and Kuze both are religious people and support it, but Kuze can't help her in this matter, as he is working with Hido from Oriatia. After he denied, 2 people attacked them. From his luggage he opened a shield with great power. He asked not to kill them, and then a sprinkle of light. Those men are falling down on the floor. What he was carrying with him is an angel, but because of her invisible attack, Repel also died with unfortunate. Nihilo, she died once before, but she hasn't seen any angel that Kuze saw. He thinks that angels are alone too. The angel he carried with him has also a great ability. She is undetectable by anyone in this world. Nobody can see and feel her without Kuze. Kuze is immune to interference by any means, an immaterial consciousness. Since the dawn of the world, has possessed the absolute authority to end life, but she comes silently and takes everything without any notice. The embodiment of the fate of death, a stabber, and an angel. She is Nastique, the quiet singer. The day begins with Hidao meeting with Yuno and Sujiru regarding their support of his plan. Sujiru is more interested in the competition to determine the hero. On Yuno's inquiry, Hidao claims that the incident in her village was Dakai's doing. She requests if she can join Sujiru, and Hidao allows it. The scene cuts to Regnaji arriving at Kurti's room. He sees someone inside and she is having dinner with Terran. Dakai reveals himself and accuses Regnaji of sharing important military information with Kurta, which she has probably written in Braille and leaked to the enemy. Regnaji realizes this is a threat to his swarm. At dinner with Terran, Kurt requests her to stop sending Regnaji on such dangerous missions. Terran justifies it, saying it is his job. Cute also learns about her role in the war as Regnaji refuses to fight without her. The scene switches to Elea taking Kia through the city. Kia heads off to check out a ship and Elea has a conversation with Lana. Lana passes on the information of things that happen in Abredia to Elea. Elea inquires about the assassination of Taren. Lana boasts about her achievements of winning over Higuari and Shulk. Lana suspiciously grips a tiny bottle. Just then, Kia arrives, and Elea introduces the two to each other. Lana offers to take them places and show Kia the city. Later that evening, Elea lets Kia sleep on a bench. Lana leaves, claiming she will buy a souvenir for Kia. Elea secretly follows Lana and sees him meeting Dakai. Dakai tells her about the information leaked by Kurti through Braille. Dakai vouches for Curate's loyalty to Train, and claims someone has enticed her to do so. Dakai further goes on to blame Lana for it, and the transcriptions are proof. He takes Lana in the carriage to meet Terran. Elea is worried it will be a problem, as she will also be interrogated. She begins to follow behind the chariot at the end. Sujiru and Yuno scouting the borders along with Arietia's soldiers when they encounter Shulk and Higuari. A melee fight erupts between Shulk and Shulk is the one to initiate the fight. Sujiru takes a hit, injuring his shoulder during the fight. Higuari kills off all the guards using his multiple arms but leaves behind Yuno. He forces her to ride a horse back to Lithia to transport him. While they were busy talking, Sujiru saw 2 shadows approaching in front of them. The shadows are none but Higuari and Shulk. Yuno instantly felt the huge powers. The patrolling team are ready for the attack, without knowing them. Within a flash of seconds, Shulk attacked on the patrolling group, but his attack was defined by Sujiru. Then, an intense fighting sequence between Shulk and Sujiru happens. They both are powerful swordsmen and capable of challenging each other. But the soldiers aren't aware of the power of Higuari. Higuari just finished all the guards with just one blow. His multiple hands are taking down all soldiers with poison. Luckily Yuno is alive, but Higuari is in front of her to kill him. Shulk and Sujiru are busy in a sword fight, and is all to save her own life. Hido and Hargant are strategizing when a powerful beam is unleashed on Ariadia, burning a hole through the wall and causing havoc. This beam threatens the safety of the civilians and makes it harder to fight back. Hido learns that none of the scout group survived and assumes Sujuru has also perished. Hido has also sent Kuze on the assassination mission. They anticipate the invasion by Teren's wyverns. Hargent insists he uses his troops to counter the wyverns as they are skilled in aerial combat, but Hido doesn't approve of the idea as he has another plan in mind. Nihilo ordered some men to open a door. After opening a giant door, we saw a spider. Nihilo named it Tarantula, Helnetin the burial. Nihilo opened her dress and connected herself to that giant spider. A sudden attack from Lithia destroys all plans. However, Hido launched Sujuru, but got no clue from him on the other side, so he ordered Nihilo to take care of things. The power of Nihilo is a complete destruction. Hido makes radio contact with Nihilo, who is awaiting orders to move out. He instructs her to bring down the wyverns, but spare the soldiers. The guards hesitantly give her access to her giant spider, and she takes position in it, ready to fight. Bombardment is seen in the Ariatia done by Lithia, but Yuno was taken by Lithia. She also met with Dakai. Dakai said that Mandrake known as Higuare can't ride a horse. Dakai said he had a very important guest, so he left to watch Dakai. Yuno remembered the words of Hido. Hido told her about Dakai, a swordsman who carries a blue enchanted sword with him. Yuno understands he is behind Nagin's golem awakening, as per the words of Hidwo. Dakai said the scholar wanted to explore the labyrinth, so they wanted to solve the great labyrinth in the first place, which means the city must be destroyed sooner or later. She also stated about their conspiracy to start the war. Dakai said it is not in his hands, as people are free to choose if they like war or not. After hearing the words of Dakai, Yuno started thinking that everyone is the same. Dakai and Sujuru all are strong people, and they don't even think of those who get trampled on. Yuno said she must take revenge, but she knows that she is so weak that can't fight with him. Dakai said that he will set her free soon. Higuera, Shulk, Taren, Regnum G all sit together to discuss the war. Shulk admitted to the power of Sujuru. Meanwhile, Taren said after the true demon king died, the most important thing to rule over the world is fear. She wants to rule the people by fear. She will start the war as soon as possible. The light of the cold star shall serve to illuminate her will to crush any opposition. Whoever wants to her opponent, she will kill that person. Higura. Shulk is ready to serve her and others too. She ordered Regnaji to eliminate any obstacles and take down the mage city. She added more to cut off their supply lines and isolate them and show them the terror or the wyverns first. Regnaji went to do his job. Mage City after the bombardment. The people of the city are in a very bad situation. The wyvern army badly destroyed the city. Right then, Hargant takes the charge. He understood that stone dropping is the mode of their attack. He understood that their enemy possessed the intelligence to use ground tactics. Multiple enemies dropped stones and attacked the city. The new principality of Lithia has broken the treaty. So the war must be started. Right then, a stone fell on his leg and he fell down. Then we saw a bunch of wyverns ready to attack him when they came close to kill him. He saw something miraculous. A magic bullet killed those bunch of wyverns. The wyverns who are flying in the sky are destroyed within a flash of seconds. It is Alus, the Star Runner. Only he is able to beat the swarm or wyverns. On the other side, the people of Mage City also rise up to take revenge. Alus killed all the wyverns and went to search Regnaji. Right at that moment, Nihilo also joined in this battle. She was doing the ground attack. That is how Mage City defended itself from Lithia's attack. Elea takes Kia with her to rescue Lana and breaks into the prison. Unfortunately, they get caught by Higuare, who tries to attack them. Higuare tries to kill them, but Kia uses her word magic to protect them. Strangely, Higuare begins to perish. The powerful Mandrake died within a few seconds. Later they went to find Lana. So it is not Kia who killed Higuare. It is something more powerful. Higuare chooses to use poisonous gas, which is Gus's attack method that affects everyone present in that time. Kuze was standing there, and anybody who tried to kill him would definitely die. The name of the assassin cursed with the angel of death is Kuze, the passing disaster.